The Belleau Wood is done and done. Last thing I did, I went in with the airbrush and weathered the deck. Hopefully you can see it. It's very faint. It's just to break up the monotony of the very clean paint job and make it a little worn. And then I went in with basically Tester's dull coat and toned everything down. I did all the planes, got them all painted up. If you can tell, got the gray on, got the decals on. Very hard to see, but I did paint the cockpit, at least the canopy. And you get like 10 or 12 planes. I did about 5. I think it's not like a modern carrier where you have like a bunch of planes, you know, and I think a few planes make it much more believable. And I did them all in naval mode or storage mode, but really a great kit. Rod, this will be ready to go probably in a few days, so I'll get it all bundled up and out the door to you. But really great kit. Not too bad. And this will be the last time everyone gets to see this one. Not too shabby. And I did paint the anchors, the propellers with the Vallejo brass color, and that is all I did. So this ready to rock and roll into its new place. But the fun never stops around here, so next up, 72nd scale monograms B36. This is a reissue. I know this kit came out in the 80s, and then like 10 years later this kit came out, which is the same. I think they just changed the decals. I want to do the I got a bunch of kits I got to do anyway, but this is one of the bigger ones, and I wanted to get it out of the way because it's basically, if you ain't seen the B36, it's almost 30 inches long. And I'm going to paint this up as I was told to the aluminum finish, and if you can look closely, it's got the two-tone, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to paint the entire plane in a duplicolor metallic silver color, because I think it looks better than all clad and my style of painting. It's pretty much standard 80s kit, raised panel lines, and I'm going to basically skip half the instructions because I want to gut it, and we're going to make it in flight. And then I'll take, which I got to go get some more brass rod and a plaque and get that where it'll be in flight. So that'll be pretty simple, and I already started on it. Started the cockpit. We're going to do aftermarket decals, and we're not going to use the kit supplied ones. And I'll just briefly talk on it. I don't know if you can see it. See how it's starting to yellow, where this is supposed to be clear. This came out in the 80s, so you're talking, 20 years old, roughly, give or take. And decals have a shelf life. Now you can save these. You can use them. I mean, you'd have to take a knife and trim out all the clear, but you can save them. These may be starting to be brittle, which that's a gamble. One way to save them, and it's not every decal, just some. You can use decal bonder, which is basically a Tester's gloss coat, or you get you some crystal clear, and you spray the entire sheet. That will help with cracking and old decals. Now it won't cure the yellowing. And if you have yellow decals, there's an old trick, and if you just got the time and want to do it, you can go to your window. Notice it's about 5 o'clock in the morning here. You can tape that to the window like so and let the sun bleach it out. That's one way to do it. I'm not a big fan of it, but I usually get replacement decals if that's just the way I am. Another way that I like to restore old decals is I like Microsol's liquid decal film. This actually, you brush it on and dip it in, and you brush it over your decal, and this will make like a carrier film on it, and this will save old decals a whole lot better than a fixative will. But that's just a little tip and trick there for restoring decals. Microsol decal film. I use it all the time for custom and old decals, because sometimes there's not a replacement sheet for a decal sheet. But that's what I got going on today. Little tips and tricks on the decal sheet. We'll start the B36. And one more look at the Belleau Wood. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.